This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. The Cavaliers will kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will have the first possession of the game. And when you have a quarterback like this guy, the entire offense feeds off of him, David.
Oh, everybody feeds off of his energy, and the whole playbook's open because you can trust on him. He's dependable, Palmer.
He's also one of those guys, if he gets in a good rhythm, watch out. This dude starts firing strikes.
Can't make the connection in the defense, putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. And last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Running behind that left side. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
The Wolverines are marching down the field. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they've built this brand at Michigan. And I think
time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that pass picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The hand to the running back. And the good news for the offense, there's nowhere to go from here but forward. No gain on the first play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having the pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Smashes through. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Cavaliers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Gives it to the back on the draw. Stayed behind his pads, kept finding the space. He got 9 on the play. It'll be 4th and 2. The Cavaliers send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Running it back, it's Marshall. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. They'll keep it on the ground. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Snags it over the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. At the 35, he's got room. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Let's see what they do on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Virginia has the lead here. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Davis looking to pass. Starts to scramble to the left. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Unloads it left. Hauls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the back. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Getting some heat. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. Defense has him pinned back, and listen to this crowd roar. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Swings it out to the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Man, defense is about getting off the football. And that defensive line can be disrupted and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers' actions.
Oh, it's loose. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And the Cavaliers will line up to punt it away. Running it back, it's Marshall. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Finds his target down the middle.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
It's complete to the right. They get him down after he makes the catch. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, you can take it to the house.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They're getting this guy lathered up. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Floating away. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them. They're already off to a great start.
Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. just a little off. Incomplete.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. Davis will throw. Steps away to find some room. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Lived to fight another down.
Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. From the gun, running back on the move.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
He'll run it again. Spins away from the defense. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be brought down. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also...
Going deep. And it's caught inside the 30. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Pressure coming. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll throw on third and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. They'll send out the kicker here. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Davis looking to pass. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Michigan!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the returner is stopped. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. keeping it on the ground with the single back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Cavaliers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets a block. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Keeps looking downfield. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Davis will throw. He makes the connection. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
He's going to pass. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Safe completion on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Got a man. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. Running for it on 4th down. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Going to the ground. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Blasted as he lets it go. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
And I think that can be really frustrating for a defense. You're in your own end. You want to create some space, second and inches, trying to get physical, but can't get physical enough to get the first down. Now it's third down. What do you do now?
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, baby.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
At the 45 on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They're going to ride this running back.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Quarterback checking off. Davis looking to pass. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Fires to the big fella. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Handoff to the single back. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the third quarter. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through three. On second down, just keeps firing. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And the Cavaliers with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires downfield. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Virginia.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. After the run, now to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Cleescorn. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. The Wolverines are on the move. The handoff keep working on that clock. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. They get him down, but not before he picks up 5 down to the 17-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. Trying to find his man on first down. They're trying to get to it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Pocket starts to collapse. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They'll throw it on first down. Had to throw it before he wanted. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. That's caught. It's Ward. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They want to just keep throwing it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Uncorks one. Got it past the marker. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. They kept that drive alive, but still ground to cover here on first down. He wants to throw. Fires on the move. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw, trying to get to it. The sure hands, it's Ward. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Cavaliers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires left. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. Got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if
trying to beat the D deep. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Ward. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the ball is intercepted. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30. Split backs here. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? He'll try to slam it in. Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. It'll be a draw. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3